The grind, yeah. The bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again.
Finishing up a heater.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, yeah.
Help is on the way!
Good afternoon, everyone. How was your lunch? What did you have? Let us know. I'm actually intrigued by everybody's lunch today. I had some leftover pasta. Hey, welcome to EST Afternoons. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan and Salas here for Edmonton Sports Talk live from the William Huff Studios. Zach Kubish in the house, Joaquin Gage in the house, Hernan Salas in the house as well. Fun show. It's an Oiler game day. 2 left before the Olympic break. We got some news on that as well, but they'll host the Toronto Maple Leafs 6:30 down at Rogers Place. Should be a fun night. Always is when Toronto's in town. Lots of Maple Leafs fans invade Rogers Place. Should be a good one. Toronto coming off a 4-2 win last night over Calgary. They'll be tired. They're going to feel fat and sassy.
They're not tired.
Could be.
They're not tired. They're 2 hours away.
I know. Bus or plane? Plane, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that 20-minute flight. Rolled in probably around midnight. Got a good sleep, good breakfast.
Yeah, they're not... Do you ever play men's league soccer at night?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what time?
Probably the latest I've played is 11.
Yeah, so when you get home, could you sleep?
Hell no.
Yeah, so it's the same, but it's worse with... it's the same. You're exerting yourself. You're all fired up. You can't sleep after a game. I couldn't fall asleep forever after games.
So that's why they might be a little tired. Maybe they plugged in the Xbox.
But, no, gross. I probably have a cube neocitrin and go to bed.
Go to bed.
They got to double up though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to take directions from me, okay? Not one neocitrin, but 2.
Maddie brought up a good point on the lock shop. He said this is their last game before the Olympic break. They might be in Olympic brain mode already.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. No, they're fighting for their playoff lives.
Well,
I hope not.
Who's going off that team? Matthews and Nylander?
Yeah.
That it?
I think so. So
those guys will be going, and that's their team. So
yeah.
And you got to, I don't know how you manage their best player.
Mm-hmm.
Stetch.
Stetch. Scored a nice one yesterday.
He did.
Well, and the Oilers are coming off a very disappointing loss where a lot of the talk has been about goaltending and their defensive play. We'll get to it all. There was a clip yesterday by Knoblauch, Joaquin, that I want you to hear. It's from yesterday. It's still relevant because they don't play. And he's just talking about the team's defensive woes. We'll get to that shortly. Kordell Jackson from the Elks will join us. We'll talk some Super Bowl with him, what his offseason's like, what he loves about Edmonton. We're just going to have some fun there with a good friend of the show, Kordell Jackson. Terry Koshan from Toronto Sun will join us at 2:20 to talk about these Leafs, Joaquin. Is Matthews' time running out in Toronto? Who knows? Can they do a full rebuild? I don't think they can.
Why?
I just don't think the fans would accept it.
They're going to have to.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good conversation there. We'll get to some news from around the sports world and all that fun stuff. Of course, the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. This one says, where'd it go? Damn it. Max Vizuzu. I had Uncle Ed's for lunch for the first time because of Big Uke's recommendation, and it was discussed here.
Disgusting or discussed here?
Discussed here.
Oh.
That's the Ukrainian spot, right? That one of our guests told us
Oh,
about.
is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, 8 p.m. start last night, 6:30 tonight, 3rd and 4, back-to-back. Leafs will have some early jump. Oilers have to squash that early from beginning. That's a good point. The Oilers, The Oilers have struggled with teams that are coming in on their back on the second of back-to-backs.
And I mean, I think for the Toronto Maple Leafs, it is a much easier game to play on the road while in Canada. And the reason I say that is half the rink tonight will be Toronto Maple Leafs fans.
Oh, good point.
And they are not the same as Leaf fans back in Toronto. It's a morgue in there. You get Leafs fans here, they're very boisterous and in the game, right? They're cheering for their team and stuff. They can get a little added juice. You definitely do not want them to score that first goal. Because all of a sudden, all these Leaf fans start cheering. It gets everyone going a little bit. So quiet. It was the best line I ever heard one time was Scott Thornton. We were playing the Leafs on Hockey Night in Canada in Edmonton, and we're all going out there. And Scott Thornton goes, "Okay, boys, let's get one early to take the crowd out of it." Because no one was like, we went out and people were booing us, and it wasn't because we were bad. It was because it was the majority of the fans in there were Leaf fans.
So the Oilers picked up a 6-3 win earlier in the season on December 13th. I kind of remember that game. I think they played pretty well in that one. So see what they can do tonight. Connor Ingram is your starter, okay? He currently sits with a 6-3-1 record, 2.55 goals against average, 901 save percentage. The only change in terms of the skaters will be Mangiapane in, Curtis Lazar out. We don't know lines. We'll have to wait till the skate, but it's always tough for me to. And listen, they're doing this because Mangiapane can't keep sitting out, but it sucks that it's always Lazar out, and because he's been really actually Joaquin. The last two games, that fourth line's been pretty decent. Yeah, with Frederick and Janmark, like they've generated some good chances. They haven't been able to pot one, but it's unfortunate that a guy like Lazar has to continue to sit out when all he does on the ice is the right thing. I was looking at stats and stuff, Joaquin, and McDavid's at 95 points. Yeah, I was like, what?
The quietest 100-point season so far there is.
Yeah, like you went on.
He does whatever. Yeah,
he went on that tear earlier. Is this the fastest he would hit 100? Ooh, I have to do some digging.
What was that shortened season when he didn't hit 100? He was just off. Or no, he did hit 100.
He hit. So it's probably that one.
Yeah, probably that one, right?
Yeah. Interesting. That's crazy. He can do it in the next two games. I wouldn't put it past him.
The daily faceoffs, it's tough because it looks like they cloned Mangiapane and he's playing both center and wing on the fourth line.
Oh, so there's two guys. There's two guys. It's unbelievable what Connor McDavid's doing. Like you said, Joaquin, the hundredest. The hundredest. So is that another way of saying thousandth? He's the hundredest. Or is that 10,000? I don't even know what I was going to say. He's 5 away. The quietest. That's what I meant to say.
Quietest.
100th point season in the NHL. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I know a lot of fans, it broke on Hangout and stuff. A lot of people not happy that Curtis Lazar is out. I mean, we all kind of anticipated Connor Ingram to get the start here, Hawk, because of, Jari got pulled last game. Now, the team in front of him wasn't good. We all understand that. But so, Joaquin, this is a clip from Chris Knoblauch yesterday. I just want you to hear what he has to say, and we can break it down. This is when he was asked about his team defense.
I think a lot of it's just awareness to details and not paying enough attention to or commitment to playing good defensive hockey. I think overall, scoring goals has not been an issue. We've been creating a lot of offense. We've been scoring a lot of goals, whether it's been on power play, 5-on-5. But I think every time we're out there, we're thinking about scoring goals rather than defending, and a lot of our issues are on that. And, last couple of years, we've been pretty good defending. Not the best, but overall, one of the better teams. And this year, we haven't nearly been at that same level. And whether that's different personnel, and we need to change some things up. But, we've got 2 games here, not going to be doing anything drastic, but during the Olympic break, it's definitely something we have to consider changing things. But right now, I think it's just having awareness and probably a little too much confidence that we can score each shift, and it's costing us.
That last bit, it's probably too much confidence that we can score in every shift, and it's costing us. What do you make of his comments, Joaquin?
I think that's just a shot across the bow to his players, if they listen to that. And he probably says it in the room, but no, there's not enough detail to on the defensive side. Like, you want to. The Oilers are a different team than years past, and they were playing better defense at this time last year. I do believe they were kind of rolling last year at this time, but I think they had that kind of boa constrictor, right? Being able to shut teams down, frustrate them, not allow them easy zone entries, free passage through the neutral zone. The forward check, it's too sporadic. It's not as consistent enough, I don't think. The realization of, there could be a chance to go on the offense instead of confirming, we're good to go here. And like you said, we've generated a lot. We're scoring a lot. Scoring's not an issue. It's defending and making it tough. Like you hear guys say all the time on panels and coaches, like they want teams to have to go through layers of defense, right? Take that Quinn Hughes goal. That things like that, although they will happen at times, they can't happen on a regular basis. See, that has to be shut down right away. If you watch other teams, there's always like a what do they call it on football? Like a spy. When McDavid looks like they're going to get control and they're breaking out, McDavid kind of there's always a guy spying and making sure they kind of at least disrupt him a little bit coming out the ice. The recognition on the defensive side of the puck has to be just as focused as when they're going on offense, because it doesn't. If you watch other teams, there's a very distinct difference between the two.
Yeah, and the word you used there was there's the commitment to defending, right? Because listen, I get it. Hockey players want to score goals, Joaquin, especially guys like Leon and Connor, Nuge and Hyman, and you're going to see with Matthews and Nylander. That's the most fun part of hockey is scoring goals. But for this team to still be in that kind of mode where, and we talked about it, Joaquin, like how many goals have we shown in highlights, lowlights, where it's the forwards just taking off, assuming they have control of the puck?
Oh, the takeoff,
The takeoff, right? Like and that's part of the problem here. And listen, the commitment to defending has to come first. And goal scoring is the hardest thing to do, and the Oilers can do it. And it's 6 guys right now that are doing the most of it, but they still do, and they find ways to come back in the third, and they find ways to win. But imagine if they could just lock down Joaquin.
Well, I'd like to see this team, because I think I think you could say the Oilers are a quicker team than they were last year at this point.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them create more turnovers from other teams, make them do something they don't want to.
Yeah.
To a little bit too much free reign through the neutral zone. Like if you look at a lot of the goals that the other teams have scored against the Oilers recently, it's because of poor puck management and the other team being on their toes in the neutral zone, creating turnovers and going back the other way and scoring. Like there's no reason why the Oilers can't do stuff like that, right? I would, and maybe that's what Knoblauch was talking about. Just we're going to have to reevaluate, but it's not changing the whole like blueprint of how they defend, but there has to be something that can use one of their biggest strengths. I think is the counterattack and forcing teams to do stuff that they don't want to do.
No, part of it is some of these defensemen have to and I don't know if it's possible and where they are in their career, like and how old they are. Like Darnell Nurse struggles defensively. Evan Bouchard has his. Yes, we know the payoff, but he has his moments. Ekholm's getting older. Wallman's been up and down, similar to Nurse. Emberson is one guy we don't talk about a lot, and that's probably a good thing. Stastny's kind of dipped. Regula probably needs more seasoning. So there is issues on this team, and what is it, Joaquin? It's February 3rd, and we still have Chris Knoblauch talking about the commitment to play defense, playing the right way, not cheating for offense, and it's interesting. But this is the team. I think Reed said it on his show, Joaquin. This is the Edmonton Oilers of this year, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to play a couple good games, stink one out, come back from 3-0 in the third, then lose 2 straight. Like, that's just the Oilers this year. And we heard Jari's comments yesterday. I don't think we have to overreact over them. He was just honest about what he saw in front of him, and I think it's definitely a good thing for the Edmonton Oilers. So we'll see how
Connor said the same thing. He said we have to be better defensively.
Oh, for sure. And these 2 games, Joaquin, and I think you said it yesterday, go into the break feeling good, because this team struggles coming back from breaks, from their little vacations, for the guys that will. So lock these 2 up. The Pacific Division is incredibly tight right now, so you have to take advantage of this team that's on the back-to-back. Yes, they're still going to go out there. They're going to want to go out on a high as well, and then tomorrow in Calgary, you have to find a way to win these 2 games. It's not acceptable to drop these 2 or go 1-1. The Oilers should be in good position. This one says the Oilers are totally dropping these 2 games. 5-2 and 4-0. Holy, their heads are already on the beach. What we do know about this team,
they got 2 more games.
What we think should happen doesn't happen. No, he's saying that the Oilers are already in beach mode. Yeah,
2 games before, maybe the game before, you're kind of checking. Where do I have my passport?
Honey. Yeah, so I wonder, there's no nail on that one. That's Shoggy in St. Albert. He always thinks the Oilers are going to lose those. So, I don't know. It's going to be a good time, though, at the game. It always is when these 2 teams match up. Like you said, not Vancouver, Toronto coming in, feeling pretty damn good. 2 straight wins for them. They're 7 points out of a wild card spot. They really, really got to get going here if they want any hope to make it to the postseason. We got so much stuff to come on the show. Kordell Jackson, talk some football, some Super Bowl, have some fun there. Terry Koshan from the Toronto Sun will join us to talk all things Leaf. That's at 2:20. Up next, we'll do some news, a lot of interesting stuff. And, of course, we got to talk about McDavid's Players Tribune article, Dear Canada. Some interesting stuff there. I got a bone to pick with a few people that are just never happy, but that's all coming up here on EST Afternoons. Don't forget to hit us up on the Nasty Chat and slam that thumbs up. We did 100 yesterday. We should do it again today. Let's go. In the afternoon inbox, like always, presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta as well. Play Alberta is your home for online gaming excitement, featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery instants, and sports betting. Now with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the phone with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca. We look at McDavid's Dear Canada from yesterday here on EST Afternoons. Here's Coop.
The Oilers wrap up their 8-game homestand against the Leafs. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar, with Connor Ingram getting the nod in between the pipes. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson go live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That gets going at 5:30 only on EST. For Team Canada, Sam Bennett will replace Anthony Cirelli at the Olympics due to injury, though Florida's Bennett went down with an upper body injury last night against the Sabres. Out west, the Kraken and Ducks square off. Both teams sit 3 points back of the Oilers for second in the Pacific Division. Anaheim with a game in hand. Seattle with 2. Elsewhere, ESPN's Shams Charania has reported that the Grizzlies are shipping Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Jazz. In an 8-player trade, Memphis will receive 3 first-rounders, along with Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. In the move, Utah also gets John Conchar, Jock Landale, and Vince Williams Jr. And a trio of games kick off the night in the NBA at 5 o'clock. The Nuggets facing the Pistons, New York visiting Washington, while the Pacers and Jazz throw down on a 10-game slate. This Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated since 1993, they're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor, Plywood, Leduc. They're the experts you need to know. More with Hernan and Joaquin following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Craig Button is our GS Construction hockey insider.
I don't think it's about them just dialing it in. Without the superheroes in that group of 5-6, they save games for the Edmonton Oilers. It's a team that, because those two guys are so great, they can find ways to win. One player, a third-line center. A little more depth on the blue line. Yeah, I do think it would help the Edmonton Oilers.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada ski cross racer Reese Howden.
Being able to represent a country that has done everything to support my dreams is unreal. To stand on the podium and represent Canada, I don't take it for granted at all.
Sentinel Storage, proud partner of Team Canada.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How dude.
Hey, we're back. EST Afternoons. You know what I've noticed, guys? My headphones are a lot louder than usual. No, because I usually have them at max, and that's too high now.
Max?
Yeah. Now I have to take him down. Take him down a few notches. Hey, it's Walk. Hernan, it's Coob with you. Reminder, at 3 o'clock, Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne will jump on from 3 to 5:30, and then Tom Gazzola from his satellite studios will have the pregame show for you as the Oilers host the Leafs. Joaquin, yesterday, the Players Tribune dropped the Dear Canada letter from captain of the Edmonton Oilers. Some good stuff in there, but this is, before we get to it, this is what kind of bothers me about it, Joaquin, because in the morning you heard Wyshynski saying, and he's tweeting out, oh, he wants to win. Right? And then there's other media saying, I don't think he wrote it. Like, everybody calls this guy a robot, right? We all do. And he finally comes out and kind of shares some of his emotions and what's going on and the tough back-to-back Stanley Cup losses and all that stuff. And then he still gets crapped on. So, like, what do you want him to say? Wyshynski and the other media. What do you want him to say? Of course, every player that plays pro hockey, Joaquin, wants to win a championship, right? That goes without saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he said that, but there was more context to it. I'm sick of these guys. Like, they complain that he's a robot, and then he puts some stuff that we're kind of surprised that he put in there, right? Because he's very reserved, and then he gets crapped on the same time. It's just enough is enough. What did you make of the article?
What did I make of it? I thought it was a kind of a cool move for him. Right? Because I don't think he wants to talk to the media. I really don't.
No.
He's not. That's not his personality. Like when Connor McDavid's done playing, I don't think you'll see him on a panel or whatever. You might see him.
He will disappear.
Yeah, you'll see him maybe at a Heritage Classic game or something like that, or a Hall of Fame induction when one of his teammates goes in. But that's it. I don't think he's going to be in there. So this is maybe his way of putting something out there because he doesn't do it very often. And I mean, everything he said is true. He wants to win. I like the glimpse of that would suck. Getting that far, game 7. Was it games? Yeah, well, it was the first
game 7.
It was the first trip, and he's off to Barbados and just still in the dumps. You need time to decompress and kind of let everything go.
Yeah.
And there was a part where he says, I have to appreciate things a little bit more, and that's a sign of a mature guy. But he wants to win.
Yeah, and this is what you're talking about here for the people that are watching. I'll read a little bit out of it, just in case you missed it. A lot of people have busy lives, can't read everything. It says, I remember after game 7 in 24, I had my wedding come up. My buddies had planned my bachelor party a few days after the last possible game of the season. I'm not going to read all of it, but he goes, it was a weird trip. We tried to play golf and it rained, so we sat around having a few beers at the clubhouse just talking about how sad we were about the series. We left after 2 nights. I remember sitting there holding a beer and kind of staring into the distance like in the movies, just thinking back on the last few months like this isn't how it's supposed to be.
It's funny how the first thing I thought when he said that, I go, well, I mean, how did you leave in 2 days? And then I go, oh, right. He's probably on the PJ. Like I'm putting stuff in the to-go bag from the buffet line. I got to get my money's worth here.
Like that's where your brain went. How did you leave in 2 days?
How do you leave in 2 days? Really? Don't you have isn't it all inclusive?
But again, he's sharing something that we haven't here in Edmonton. We cover Connor McDavid every damn day. Okay, and like Joaquin, he's not the best with media. And it's not that he hates him, but he just doesn't like it. And a lot of athletes don't like it. But he comes out and says, yeah, my bachelor party kind of sucked because I just coming off losing my first Stanley Cup Finals appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a real emotion, guys. He's not a robot.
Well, that's the worst point of his career, essentially, right? I mean, he's been injured. He's suffered some huge injuries, but you're right there. You're right on the brink of great success, and you just fall short by that much. So, like, I mean, a couple people, regular Joe Blows can maybe get past something like that if they're in a certain environment and they go to the Bahamas on their PJ or whatever. But that's going to stick with you for a while. And I bet it stuck with him long through that trip as well. And even getting back, like it must have lingered with him for months after that.
Let's go to the next one, Coop, here. There's a few things I liked what he said here. He says, there's a part of me that feels that I shouldn't relax until we win, or that I shouldn't write stuff like this until then. But I think it's important not to be afraid of the scars we have and how close we came. I think that's a mature guy. That's a guy that's a leader. Mm-hmm. Because he says Knoblauch sometimes, hey man, you got to relax a bit. And he says it in the article. Yeah. Sometimes I don't listen to coach because I can't. And I love that he brought up, like, there's nothing better than when the Zamboni goes off the ice and you take those first few strides and you hear that crackle.
Yeah.
Like, it's great stuff by him. It truly is. And then I think this is the one that got everybody pretty happy, Joaquin. I don't want to play golf. I don't want to sit by the pool. I don't want to be in the Bahamas. I don't need a break or a fresh start. I just want to be in Edmonton playing hockey. I want to get back there again, whatever it takes. If that sounds like a robot, then I guess I'm a robot.
Yeah, I mean, that's who he is. That's like you hear the stories of him as a little kid. All he wanted to do was just play hockey, and nothing's changed, right?
Yeah.
It's
that's good.
What he says there is just par for the course with the elite of the elite athlete, right? They don't want to do anything else. They just want, like, I remember that, was it last year, just before the Four Nations, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and they show Sidney Crosby was in, like, I want to say Denver, or was it something, and he like most guys, he had his gear with him for some reason. Like, he went somewhere he was going, but he kept his gear. And he went out to an ODR and was just put on full gear and went out there and was shooting pucks and doing stuff by himself. You know, and this is at the time, 36-year-old Sidney Crosby, just working on his game because that's all he wants. It would be weird for him not to do something like that. That's how focused these guys are.
It's like us with our radio crew.
No, we feel bad about it every day, though.
We're like, how are we on the air? And there's another part in the article. He's talking about the Four Nations going into overtime again, the U.S. in the finals. And he goes, this is Connor McDavid. He goes, I look over at Marchand, Doughty, and who is the other one? Crosby. And he goes, they're so calm. He goes, and because Connor, I think you're always learning as a leader. And he goes, man, that calmed everybody else down. They just went about their business. Let's get back on the ice and win this thing. I love that comment from Connor McDavid.
The same thing was said by, I believe, on Hello Hockey with Tommy and Boom Boom when they had Jerome McGinley. And in going into overtime, he looked over and Scott Niedermayer was like, yeah, well, let's just go win. Right. And Scott, I had the privilege of playing with Scott for a little bit. He is the calmest, coolest cat in the dressing room. Like, really check him for a pulse. And arguably one of the greatest. Well, he is one of the greatest hockey players to play ever.
But Joaquin, like, am I right in saying that I'm a little bit bothered by some media that like are just down? Okay, Joaquin, maybe he didn't write it word for word. Maybe he got help because he's not a writer. Maybe one of the Oilers guys, like, you dictate, I'll kind of write so it looks good. People are criticizing the writing. It doesn't sound authentic. And then, he wants to win, groundbreaking. Like, am I right to be upset? Because since he's gone into the NHL, he's a robot. And now he finally does something that's...
Oh, he's way less of a robot now than he was, like, at the beginning of his career.
But this is completely out of his comfort zone.
I think this is perfect way to... because now he doesn't have to really speak. He can just throw it out there.
Yeah.
I don't think he had anyone help him. He probably wrote it through an editor.
Yeah,
or an AI touched it up. It does sound like stuff he would have said, though. It's not. I don't think anyone. I think it's weird to say that. I don't know. I do think he wrote it. I think he reviewed it. I think that, he probably threw it through the editor to make some changes and then adjusted it. But those are Connor McDavid's words.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't see him not saying those exact things. So, geez, just
enjoy it.
We'll just be, you have something. Whatever.
This is a guy that's not very open. Joaquin makes a good point. He's gotten more open. He can laugh now. He can throw jokes at the media. He does all that. But for him to do this, like, and you're worried about the writing? Like, come on, man. This is the face of the NHL. Whether you agree or not, he's a player we've never seen like, and he finally opened up about a lot of things, losing 2 Stanley Cup finals, going to the Olympics, how he was as a kid, his bachelor party, which was a bit of a bummer because he was so crushed by losing the Stanley Cup finals, and we're criticizing it. So you'd rather him not write anything and continue to be the way.
It's probably a little jealousy because the writers write something and no one reads it, and then Connor does it, and he gets all these people, and they're all jealous.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Connor McDavid could write in that every day, and it would be the most read article. Okay? Sorry.
And I'll say it's a small number of media that were chirping this. A lot of national media and a lot of fans from different fan bases absolutely loved it. It's a player showing a different side of him. And I've always enjoyed these in the Players Tribune, whether it's a guy in the NFL, MLB, soccer, whatever, they're sharing their story. Take it for what it is, man. That's someone putting on paper what they feel, because they probably don't want to do it through an interview, right? So it's just enough. Enough is enough with that stuff. Like, and good on Connor. He was asked today, and he just said, hey, I just want to make sure the fans know that we work our butts off in here. And there's a lot of good stuff in there, Joaquin, about, how hard it is to play 82 games. Like, you've said it. Mm-hmm. Like, when you're a Stanley Cup contender, the regular season can become kind of dull at times.
It becomes really dull when you're out of it by Christmas.
I do have. What were your thoughts? We want to hear from the Nazis. I know this broke yesterday, but I think it broke late afternoon on Reed's show. So we just wanted to talk about it. It was all over X. There's no way you could miss it, and I'm glad we were able to read it. And you have to pay.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Okay, Max Pazuzu has a question for you. Oh, this is good for Max Pazuzu. What about his friends that weren't part of the Oilers? What do you mean we got to go home?
Yeah,
they were probably like, "What the hell, man?"
Yeah.
Like, I know it's tough, but
I know.
Can we interest you in a few shots of tequila? Okay, he says, Max Pazuzu says, Gage, I have a question for you. I wanted to ask on two guys, but didn't get the chance. You're joining a men's league, and you don't know anyone there. What are the little things that you notice during warm-up that let you know someone's going to be highly skilled?
Skating right away. No, puck, whatever.
No?
No. Because if you can skate in men's league, you're probably going to dominate.
Okay. So if you have wheels, you're going to go around.
As soon as I look over and a guy looks like his skates aren't a foreign part of his body, then you know right away.
There you go, Max. Are you joining a new team? Are you a little scared? Oh, so I just found out, Joaquin, that I need to find a team to play in the Mini World Cup, but I don't have to play any games.
Oh. What?
So in order to play in the World Cup,
you Calvin Pickard right now?
I'm on waivers. I don't know what I'm doing. I have to sign with a team that's playing in the league right now.
Okay.
It's about a month and a half left. But I just have to be registered with them. I don't have to actually play games.
Oh, okay. So someone has to sign you?
Yeah. That's a game changer.
Do you go like on a two-way or what? Can they send you to the minors?
They might have to for a conditioning.
Yeah.
Stint. Yeah. Does anyone on the Leafs chirp 97 tonight about this letter? Maybe.
I don't know what you would chirp him about.
Hey,
what do you say? Hey, nice letter.
Hey, you're soft.
You get to play in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. They might. I don't know.
I mean, he kind of knows Austin Matthews a little bit, right?
They're good buddies.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're kind of, they work out in Phoenix. I saw them or whatever.
Yeah,
maybe he
out.
says something like, hey, nice novel there, Dan Brown or whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
Or maybe Austin Matthews drops one when he leaves Toronto.
Dear Toronto.
He's out of Toronto.
I think so too.
Because they're rebuild. They're going to rebuild. He's not going to want to be part of a rebuild.
A rebuild or a retool?
There's no such. They're the same thing.
Oh, I see. Max says, someone asked Gilbert Arenas on his podcast, and I wanted to get the hockey equivalent. So for Gage, it's skating.
Yeah, it's always skating. You can always tell the best guy is always the best skater on the other team.
Well, you don't even have to have hands. Like if you're a good skater, you know what I mean? You just bring it up the ice. If everyone has cement blocks for skates. So like,
and usually if you're a good skater, the hands aren't too far behind. So
Oh, well, like
but I've played with guys that are good, have good hands, and they ankle burn.
Yeah, they're just slow.
They're slow.
Joaquin, this text says, every guy on that team collecting a paycheck, whether you play 9 minutes or 19, should be reading that and see how he's committed and motivated to win, should get their heads out of their you-know-what and get on board. Get on board with the ride. If that doesn't motivate you, you don't belong in that room with him.
Look, I was granted it was for a brief moment, but the one thing I took from just kind of be on the ice was they are a tight team. Like they all enjoy one another. Mm-hmm. There's no because you can kind of see everyone's talking, everyone's part of it. There's no groups that kind of moved off to the side. That I grant. I wasn't there for long, but what I took from it is these guys are close knit, and that's what happens when you play in some of the most challenging times of the season together. Like you grow closer together. So no, they're all on the same page. I wouldn't just be. They all want to win,
and we've always heard that it's a close group.
Yeah.
Do they go after each other at times? Of course, man. Like it's Gage and I fight all the time.
Yeah.
No, we actually don't. This one from Downtown Jeffrey says, it's real. Latino heat in the house. I'm a lot late to the party. Missed you and Handsome Tom. Is Downtown Jeffrey new to Edmonton Sports Talk?
Wow.
Let us know. Text me back, Downtown Jeffrey. I want to know this. When do you found out about Edmonton Sports Talk? Okay. And right now it's Handsome Joaquin Gage. Not Handsome Tom anymore. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were the top 3 and the sexiest man at EST.
Eesh.
Well, it'd be Handsome Reed Wilkins because he won the darn thing.
Right.
Hey, of course, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their happy hour, 525 drinks, available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Up next, shift gears a bit, talk some football with Edmonton Elks defensive back Kordell Jackson, friend of the show. We'll see what he's been up to this offseason. We'll get his Super Bowl takes and all that fun stuff. I think he also tried a donaire for the first time. We'll get a report card on his first donaire, Joaquin. Mm-hmm. Kordell Jackson on the other side of the break here on EST Afternoons.
The last home game before the Olympic break for the Oilers. Connor Ingram gets a nod. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar. Catch Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson as they tee up the Oilers-Leafs clash during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in at 5:30 right here on EST. Olympic news. Anthony Cirelli has been ruled out for Team Canada. Sam Bennett steps in as his replacement, with Bennett sustaining a minor upper body injury yesterday against Buffalo. In 6 other games on today's schedule, the Kraken and Ducks hit the ice. The Lightning look to strike the Sabres while the Senators face the Hurricanes. To the NBA, ESPN's Shams Charania has reported that the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-round picks: Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. 10 games scheduled in the NBA today. It's the Thunder taking on the Magic, the 76ers and Warriors matching up, while Boston hits the hardwood out in Dallas. Kordell Jackson of the Elks joins us next on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
I think Edmonton, barring injury, with everything we talked about, a stable quarterback, 2 good running backs, receivers, you have a number 1 and maybe a few number 3s, but that wouldn't be my biggest area of concern for you guys. Good offensive line with a lot of nationals, and your defense, secondary, and linebackers, pretty studly. Yeah, why can't they be a number 2?
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Edmonton. Be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. Hi, it's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
I'm your Huckleberry.
What is happening?
We're back here on EST Afternoons. How you doing? It's Oilers game day as they take on the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. It's an earlier start than usual, 6:30. So if you're going down to the game, make sure you know that so you're not late. You don't want to miss any action. Our next guest is brought to you by Old Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's a game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. And with that, we bring in friend of the show from the Edmonton Elks, defensive back, linebacker, Kordell Jackson. Kordell, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing good. It's Oilers game day here, buddy. The weather's getting better. The days are longer. You know how it is. Hey, Kordell, how's the offseason been for you? Have you spent it all here in Edmonton, and what have you been up to?
No, I spent most of it in Birmingham, Alabama, but I'm back in Edmonton for a bit now. Get some of that cool air.
Get some of that cool air. What?
You should have been here a few weeks ago. It was real cool.
No, I didn't want it that cool. Just a little bit of cool air.
A
That's
little
all.
bit. Hey, Kordell, you said you're back in Birmingham, Alabama. What do you get up to there? That's kind of what kind of Kordell Jackson's go to there in your hometown.
Just my little daughter, man. I keep her during the day. She goes and work out with me. Do a little men prep and just spending time with family, really. But make sure you're just still working out. That's really it. No work or anything right now. Just spending time with families, making sure, my daughter has everything that she needs. And I'm doing everything possible just to get healthy, be healthy, and be ready for the season.
Kordell, obviously the Elks making some moves lately. What's your overall assessment of some of the things, and does that kind of get you excited for things to get going soon?
I was excited as soon as I left, man. I think I spent the month trying not to think about it, but once you get to working out, once you get to seeing all the people that we have coming in, all the people we have bringing back, you can't help but get excited. Just knowing how we finished the season last year and coming in off of that momentum and just trying to continue it over. But the people we're signing, man, it definitely gets me even more excited. Add missing pieces, add more valuable pieces to the team. And I think and just good locker room people that I'm hearing. It always is good for the team, man. We're definitely trying to make a run at the championship and win it all.
Kordell Jackson from the Edmonton Oilers joining us here on EST Afternoons. And, nothing's official until next week, Kordell, but it looks like the same 5 returning guys in the secondary that finished off last season will return this year. How important is that for that group?
It's definitely important, man, because you remember in the beginning of the year, we had some injuries, we had some change-ups, so we couldn't really get a groove of who we were playing next to and just who we were playing with in general, man. It kept switching up, kept changing, but now that everything is, pretty much set, it's very important, and I'm thankful for the people that we have in the room and just the people that we have next to us, man, and I feel like we're just going to build on what we were doing last year.
Well, you guys, that DB core, not the greatest start, but I would say around game 6 or 7, you guys really, I think, were the catalyst of kind of turning the whole season around. And we've had Aaron Grimes on the show talking about how well you guys communicate. Do you continue to communicate and talk about things in the off season right now, or is there? Do you still does Grimes reach out and see how things are going? What's that relationship with that core group?
We talk all the time. It's not always about sports or not always about the team, but it's if you ever play football and you understand how important it is just to have a relationship outside of football with those people. And I think the more we got in the season, the more we start hanging out just together. And when you hanging out with somebody, you're getting to know them personally on that level. When you're on the field, it makes it easier to communicate with them. It makes it easier to know their triggers and know how to approach them during different situations. So I think it's just important right now that we have that time separately, but we also make sure that we're still working hard, making sure everybody's doing everything they need to do to win a Grey Cup, because at the end of the day, that's what we want. So just that relationship, I think that we all are doing what we think and what we know is best for the team, and just to continue to build that camaraderie with each other so we can continue to build.
Kordell, you're entering your 3rd season up here with the Edmonton Elks. You've played 34 games. You've really good numbers. You've played a couple of different positions. When you just say, like, you meet young American college players, they're looking for their next stop, maybe the NFL is not working out for them, what would you say to them about the CFL? Because we had Nick Anderson on a while back, and he told us that he wished he would have came to the CFL a year earlier, but he was still kind of chasing the NFL dream and didn't know much about the CFL. But he said, "Man, I wish I would have came earlier because this league is great." What would you say to some young guys that are looking for their next opportunity?
Just advice that was given to me. If you love the game and they giving you the opportunity, I think you should take it. And I think it, no matter where it is, I feel like, because you only have a small window to play football, especially at an elite and high level such as the CFL, NFL, UFL, all those type things. And when you have that opportunity, you never want to look back and say, man, I wish I would have did this. Man, I wish I would have did that. Man, I wish I would have gave the CFL a shot. And the fans here in the game is just so exciting, man. And it's really the NFL of Canada. So, like, you still going to get the experience of the NFL. It just won't be the money. But if you're in it for the money, then, you know, that's just what you were in it for. You get what I'm saying?
Kordell, obviously Mark Killam going into his second year. You talk about just a lot of the same faces. There's a few new ones now as well, but sometimes you have to learn how to lose or build up some of that scar tissue to really move forward and win. In your mind, did last season and now with the same core, did you earn enough scars and realize in some of those games that you're just like, you're so close and they were the difference between making the playoffs and not making the playoffs? Do you think you guys as a team have learned enough to get over that hump?
I think we did learn quite a lot last year, just as far as details, man, and how the small things can add up. And now we have to prove that we've learned by now not repeating the same things. So if we can prove that we have learned and learn not only how to win, but how to also not lose games, because we were losing games by ourselves with just stupid penalties at the wrong time. So I feel like if we can prove that and we can nip that in the bud early, like from day one, I feel like we'll be unstoppable, because we were in every game. If I can remember, it was probably one game that I think we probably just lost it, but we were pretty much in every game till the fourth quarter or to the last 3 minutes. And you know, when you're in games like that, every inch, every play matters. So just figuring out, you know, not figuring out, because we already know what we were doing to lose games. Now we have to figure out games. We'll figure out the things to win the games now.
Kordell Jackson from the Edmonton Elks joining us here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan and Salas. I got to ask you about, there's going to be some rule changes implemented this year. The big ones come in 2 years from now, kind of NFL. The field's going to go to the same size of the NFL. We're going to have the goal post in the back of the end. So what do you make of these rule changes for the CFL, Kordell?
Well, for me as a DB, you know, some people, you know, I'm really cool. You know, it doesn't really matter to me. If we want to shrink the field down some more, that's fine too. You know, but I think they're just doing what they believe is best for the game, and I can't get mad at anybody or feel any type of way when somebody's trying to do their best. You know, if there's no ill will, I'm cool with it. You know, I really just believe if somebody's trying to put their best foot forward and they feel like these rule changes will be the best thing for the game, then I respect it.
Kordell, you know, training camp comes in May. It's a grind, like for you, because you played a arena league too, right? That's, if I'm not mistaken, you're rookie of the year there. I don't know how training camp goes there, but here I know they're long. I was just the media guy and I was tired, Kordell. I can't imagine being a player, but about what day, Kordell, do the players start being like, oh man, let's just get to the regular season already?
You know, that first year, that training camp was, you know, that was a legendary training camp, I would say. So that was probably one of the hardest I've ever done. And I would say, because, you know, we did rookie minicamp that year. So I would say about day 7, not even day 7, day 5, I was like, wow, you know, we got almost a week and a half left of this, you know. But this last year, man, they really took care of us. They really took care of our bodies, man. And it really didn't. It felt like training camp just because you're here for a long time. But as far as body and taxing wise, I didn't really feel as if it was a hard training camp. You get what I'm saying? So it's still, you know, mentally, probably day 10, 12.
Yeah.
It would be like, all right, I'm ready to play some games now. But they definitely, I appreciate them for taking care of our bodies and just making sure that we were fresh and trying to make sure everybody comes in the first game healthy and fresh.
And we can't let you go, Kordell. There's a game on Sunday, I think. A
game on Sunday.
I think there's a football game on Sunday. Who you got? Who's your favorite? I need some help.
Only reason I'm going to say the Seahawks is because their defense is like, I can't even think of it.
There's no words.
I can't even think of the proper word for that, man. But their defense, they're just relentless. They play so fast and violent. And anytime you could do that on the defensive side, man, and they have good special teamers. Yeah. So I think that's what the game come down to at that point in time. You know, who can stop the run, which they do at a very high level, and who can make plays and the added plays that the offense is going to make, but who's going to make the plays on special teams and all those type of games. That's who wins you those games most of the time. So I just got the Seahawks. But I do think it's going to be a really good game, and I really don't care who wins, honestly. But if I had to choose, I would pick the Seahawks.
Okay. Kordell, I got to ask you, are you excited for Bad Bunny?
Is he coming to Edmonton?
No, he's doing the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
We'll leave it. Hey, Kordell, do you have an NFL team? Like growing up, did you cheer for a team?
Yeah, growing up, I was a Falcons fan just because they were down the street from me.
Okay.
But now I'm more about people. You know, the people I know. I cheer for Mike Jackson, Starlin Thomas, Jameis Winston, Amir Abdullah. Just those type of guys that I like have relationships with and that I know and train with. Those type of guys. So that's what I really do the most of the cheering for and watching of the games for.
Cool. And the last one I got to ask, the Elks put out a video towards the end of the season, and you and a few of the other players tried to donaire. And it was three of you guys, and all three, you guys gave it a passing grade. What did you like the most about the donaire?
The fullness of every bite. And I appreciate you because if I'm not mistaken, I know that you had something to do with that. You know,
well, we always ask Elks players if they've had a donaire, and the majority say no.
I'm pretty sure you had something to do with that, but it was definitely good. And it was filling with flavor in each and every bite. And it was just delicious. And I really need to get one this weekend before I leave.
Yeah, man, you got to get one. Next one's on me next time I'm down there.
If you come in here, I'll make you one, man. I make a
where
meal.
Where are you guys located?
We're by the mall, West Edmonton Mall.
Oh, yeah, that's easy. Yeah. We can get that done. Get that done.
Just tell Mike that he needs to bring you down here, and Joaquin's going to make you some donaires.
Yeah.
You can make them.
He makes them.
I make them, man, from scratch.
I won't pass that one up.
Kordell, great stuff as always, man. Enjoy the rest of the offseason. I know everything's going to pick up in May here for you, but safe travels back home, and we'll see you in Edmonton in May.
Thank you, man. Feel free anytime, man. I appreciate you guys always.
All right. Kordell Jackson from the Edmonton Elks joining us there. He picked the Seahawks?
Yes.
Damn it. Everybody's picking the Seahawks.
Legion of what is it?
What is it again?
Legion to Boom.
Boom 2.0, right?
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why do you ask? I'm
hey, look over there. Coop's got big thing stuck up his nose.
Don't worry about it. Did the mic give you a right hook there, or was Maddie beating up people again?
I was picking my nose too much.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
That will do it. Hey, portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Taco Tuesday just leveled up at the CBH. All day, $3.49 new tacos and quesadillas. After 4 p.m., sip on $5.99 margaritas. $2 off Corona tankards and tequila shots starting at $5.99. If you're having a tequila shot on a Tuesday, kudos to you. In hour 2, we got news coming up.
You don't?
No, not on a Tuesday. Buddy, I had the worst run yesterday. I felt so sluggish.
Oh, yeah.
That poison in my body from the weekend.
You had like 4 liters of alcohol.
Can't do that if I'm going to take running seriously. No more booze for this guy.
Really?
Wow. I'll cut down. Hour 2 on the other side of the break.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
Word Stellick checking in. Is this actually rebuild territory for the Maple Leafs?
You know, first up, people talk about blow it up, tear it down. That's the easy part. You know who's got the Leafs' first-round pick this year? The Boston Bruins. And it's only top 5 protected because they assume to be in the playoffs. You've traded away first-round picks for Scott Lawton, for Nick Foligno, for Ryan O'Reilly, for Jake McCabe. You're screwed.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday after afternoon, 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The road to the FIFA World Cup runs through Edmonton. See Canada Soccer's men's national team before they take on the world this summer. Canada versus Uzbekistan. June 1st, 7 p.m., Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like face-off fried pickles and steins of Bud Light. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
The Oilers wrap up their 8-game homestand against the Leafs tonight. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar with Connor Ingram in between the pipes. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. They get going at 5:30 right here on EST. For Team Canada, Sam Bennett will replace Anthony Cirelli at the Olympics due to injury, though Florida's Bennett went down with an minor upper body injury last night against the Sabres. Out west, the Kraken and Ducks square up. Both teams sit 3 points back of the Oilers for second in the Pacific Division. Anaheim with the game in hand. Seattle with 2. And according to ESPN's Shams Charania, the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-round picks: Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. Trio of NBA games kickstart the night at 5 o'clock. The Nuggets face the Pistons. New York visits Washington, while the Pacers and Jazz throw down on a 10-game NBA slate. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 of EST Afternoon starts right now.
It's hour 2 here on EST Afternoons. How you doing out there? You excited for the game tonight? 2 more. Then it's Olympic time. Should be a fun and exciting February. The Oilers won't return till the last week of February. Well, these 2 guys will be doing the morning show for our boys that will be in Mexico. It's going to be a fun time.
So it'll be Maddie and I on the EST Afternoons. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be scary.
It's going to be a hoot. Actually, we're doing it for 6 days.
What?
Yes.
We come in on a Saturday?
No, we're doing the whole
Pre-recorded?
week, and then we're doing the Monday because the boys are going to be too hurting too.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
It's too much LeBron here.
Soft stuff, eh?
Soft.
Joaquin Gage, and Salas. Terry Koshan will join us in about 20 minutes' time. He's from the Toronto Sun. We'll talk about this Maple Leafs team. What's going to happen here? Check in on Troy Stetcher, Austin Matthews. And if you have a question for Terry, let us know on the River Korean box, 780-218-9999, or on the Nasty Chat. Let's get to news, and there's lots of it here on EST Afternoons.
Este es su noticiero.
So the big news, Joaquin, your boy is going to Italy. SB Nation, Sam Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to replace Anthony Cirelli, who got hurt yesterday.
He got hurt Sunday.
No, he got hurt again, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you like the replacement?
Yes.
I mean, you can't go wrong. He was pretty good at Four Nations. I know a lot of people want Zach Hyman, but I'm being honest here. I don't know if Zach Hyman's even on their... You know how they had a list of possible replacements?
He was, when they announced the team, correct me if I'm wrong, but Zach wasn't really rolling. And it seemed like that, I don't know if that ignited the fire, but it kind of coincides with the Oilers playing a lot better.
Yeah.
And I mean, what does Zach have? 21 goals now?
He's on a tear.
Like, I believe I said he would not get it. He might get to 20 by the end of the season. The fact that he got it and the manner that he did, yeah, man, I got to take back. Like, sorry, Zach, I didn't think you were capable of this, but it's amazing what he's been able to accomplish.
Yeah, and we wait on Braden Point. It sounds like he's going to be okay. Sam Bennett got hurt yesterday, but by all accounts, he's good to go. So unfortunate for Anthony Cirelli, but a lot of people weren't happy with that selection. Sam Bennett, a lot of people were not happy that he was left off. So he joins the team. I mean, he's not going to hurt him, Joaquin, right? So
no.
It is what it is. Edmonton Elks agreed to terms with Brandon O'Leary Orange, a guy they wanted 2 years ago, but he opted to go to Hamilton, I think, and Colby Williams, both on one-year deals. So Colby Williams rounds out the secondary for the Elks, all 5 guys returning. If you can get my shot up here, Coop, real quick on... oh, did you delete me? No. Williams unveils sleek blue FW48 livery for the 2026. Joaquin, what are your thoughts?
I like it.
Nice look. You can't go wrong with blue, though. I love this blue.
You know what I like about the Williams car? It's just the Duracell battery on the top.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like that, but it's cool. I mean, it looks... The new car, they look mean.
Yeah.
You know?
I like the light blue kind of in the middle. Then it goes kind of gray on the bottom. It's just a great looking car.
It's so cool with the active arrow now too. When you see they can open up the front and there was a new, I forget, was it Red Bull? I forget the team now. Shoot, but they were saying because most of these the live arrow is hydraulics, but other teams are using electrical to do it. So. Neat. Oh, it's going to be fascinating.
Very nice. That's good, Coop. Yeah, I told you I bought a Lego F1. It was at Williams.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was really nice.
There's a lot at Canadian Tire, actually.
There is. Yeah. Or at even at Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have them all over the place. You can get every team. Every team. All right, Team Haas has signed Jack Doohan as a reserve driver for 2026. So a guy that was full-time last year is going to be a backup driver. But they get to travel. They get to be on the grid. They get to test, right?
Yep.
They're still part of the
sim
team.
work.
Yeah. So the team will now have 2 reserve drivers, Joaquin. How about this? I don't know if this is true, but there's rumors swirling that Kim K and Lewis Hamilton might be a couple. Your thoughts?
Hey, he can do whatever he wants. Just perform in the car.
They could just be friends.
He's friends with everyone, right? Because he is. He goes to the Met Gala. It's not like this is the first time they met and stuff. So, I mean,
does anyone know out there? I just saw stuff on Twitter, some videos, getting out of the same car.
Maybe they're hanging out for a bit. Who knows?
I mean, they're both 2 very beautiful people. Like Lewis Hamilton's a good looking dude.
I think Lewis has got her.
So is Lewis Hamilton, Kim K a real thing? Because he's dated some famous people, eh?
Yeah, I think he was maybe with Kylie Minogue for a while, or the other. He is with a lot. Oh yeah, you see him with lots of people. Good for him.
Wonder how tall he is.
It looks like he's about 5'4".
For real though?
He's probably, what is he, 5'8", 5'9", probably. See him next to Shaq?
Yeah, maybe 5'7".
Maybe.
Yeah.
What is Lewis Hamilton? Let's look up the stats.
See, Max Bezuza says the Kardashian curse might be a thing.
Ugh.
Well, I'm asking.
Well, if Lewis starts winning, he'll probably marry her.
Ferrari needs a good season, so I don't know if they're on board with this relationship right now.
How tall is... Oh, he's 5'9".
Okay, that's not bad.
177
How low do you think I am?
centimeters. Huh?
I'm like 5'8".
5'8".
So Lewis is like my height.
Mm-hmm.
But just a lot slender and better looking.
And richer.
A lot better. And way more
Smarter.
money. I could probably beat him in a tequila shot competition.
Probably not.
Oh, boy. Jasmine says, can't you see what she's doing? She tipped off the paparazzi because Kanye was in the news. Oh.
What?
Interesting. Weird. F1 drivers are generally not large, not the fast ones. No, I know that. Max is pretty tall, though. He's probably the tallest.
Oh,
him and
George.
Yeah,
George is 6 feet, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're...
But like very like slender.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want them grabbing you. You know how strong they would be? They would throw you around like nothing.
Great point, Juan.
No, I always remember Burt Reynolds talking about how he got into a fight with Mario Andretti. And Mario grabbed him.
Yeah.
And Burt Reynolds says, I couldn't break free. This guy just threw me around because he was so strong.
Who has better grip strength? The rock climbing guy or
an F1 guy?
F1 guy.
I would say the F1 guy.
Really?
Well, the rock climbing guy's only got his body weight, right? The F1 guy has
a machine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he's dealing with, G-forces upwards between 7 and 8 Gs. Yeah. Just their necks alone. He could beat you up with his neck.
That's crazy. Pro Bowl goes tonight. Does anyone care?
I've never cared about the Pro Bowl.
Either have I.
The only time I liked the Pro Bowl was when Peyton Manning was yelling at Vanderjagt, calling him a dumb kicker. I can't believe we're talking about this idiot.
It's probably the worst All-Star game.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, like the guys are not playing for they're not even going 60%.
They should they should just play flag.
Should.
Why not just play flag?
Yeah, that's probably a lot more fun for them and the people watching.
Yeah. But I mean, you don't need all those linemen though. Then they don't get all-star stuff, right?
If I didn't do news, I had no idea the Pro Bowl was today.
Oh, you just told me. I just found out myself.
Does anyone of our listeners or viewers actually watch the Pro Bowl still? Like it is.
Isn't it usually? Oh, it's the week before the it's the week before the Super Bowl.
Because they used to do it after, I think.
Yeah, no one watched it.
No one wanted to go either, right? So, he says they do play flag now. That shows you how much I know about. They do. I did not know that. I haven't watched the Pro Bowl in years.
Didn't Brady get run over at the Pro Bowl one time? Or who got run over? Like they just ran over the quarterback or something.
So, Big U, do they play the flag in the Pro Bowl or there's a flag football league? Is that what you're saying? I know that's a thing too. I'll be honest, Joaquin. I can't remember. It's probably been 20 years since I watched the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's actually a thing. Pro Bowl never sells out. Not enough advert.
Isn't it always in Hawaii though?
That's a nice little getaway, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
players love it probably, but
I don't see why they. Yeah, I guess. But what All-Star game is good?
Make the Pro Bowl great again. That one comes into
Isn't like the Major League Baseball? That one's good. The home run derby's always, but then they play.
Yeah,
they actually play a game.
Yeah, and there's and the guys are actually trying.
Oh yeah,
like the NHL one's awful. The Pro Bowl's probably the worst. Yeah, he says it's flag football now. Oh, look at that! I might have to watch today. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody's watching that. Come on. Let's see. Oh, there's one about grip strength here. I just want to see. Oh, someone's sending in all the partners that Lewis Hamilton has had. Rihanna, Kendall.
Oh, that was who it was. Rihanna.
Minaj, Shakira.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
she was.
Wow. Good for him. Jonas Corposalo will replace Ukko Pekka at the Olympics, Joaquin. That's too bad, eh?
Yeah.
I feel bad for these guys. They're being like, they can't go. Like Cirelli, Ukko.
Well, especially some of the European guys, because this is what a lot of the times growing up, that's their big thing. That's the Stanley Cup. That's the That's the top of the food chain.
And check this out. Quinn Hughes has 29 assists in 25 games since he joined the Wild. It's the most ever by a D-man.
Dude.
And fastest.
Do you see him now that he's surrounded by other talent? Like, it's
like top end player.
Holy smokes. It's unfair.
He's a great defenseman.
I know a Button was saying that he puts Colorado ahead of them. I don't know. Have you watched? I haven't watched Colorado in the last little bit. I watched a couple of their games early, and it was boys against men. They seem to have cooled a little bit, but from what I saw with Quinn Hughes the other night against the Oilers, I don't know how you stop that team. If they continue to get that type of goaltending, they are going to be so difficult to beat in a 7-game series.
And Colorado's dipped lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat that team 4 times before they beat you.
It's going to be tough. That's why the Oilers got to find their defensive game. Downtown Jeffrey says, long story short, not a streaming person, got annoyed with radio, finally paid attention enough to the Nielsen show to figure out there was more. So happy I did. Thank you for the shout out. Fan from the old station.
Wow.
Good stuff there.
Nice. Subscribe.
Yeah. Have you subscribed or slammed the thumbs up? Yeah. Don't forget that. Ian says, plus MLB winner gets home advantage. I think they went away from that, though.
Yeah, they went away from it.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned that and someone corrected me. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's the thing anymore. And do we have some Winnipeggers joining us? We do. Hello, Winnipeggers. How you doing? The Hustlerites, the WSTers. Welcome to EST Afternoons. Jets are off today. Do they play tomorrow? Let's take a look. The Winnipeg Jets. No. Oh, they host the Montreal Canadiens. That should be a doozy. There's I saw something on Twitter that they're holding out Luke Shen, but I couldn't find it after, so I don't know if that's legit, Joaquin, for trade purposes.
Look, it doesn't say on there.
Oh, good quote. Oh, yeah. What did it say on here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should, if he's not in the lineup.
I'm not too familiar with how this system works.
At the bottom. Go down to the bottom. There you go. Is he in? No. He looks like he's in.
Okay, it could have been a false report. Looks like he's in the lineup still, so never mind. And then I wanted to get to one more thing, Joaquin, with you, but I totally... Oh, I'll save it for the last segment. I got a question for you.
Bob Stauffer.
Okay.
Is this right? Hold on one sec. Let me just refresh.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at Oilers line combos right now.
Oh.
Okay, no. Yeah, it's still messed up.
Yeah, I don't know what
they're... Got Mangiapane and playing center and wing. So
it's probably Mangiapane, Janmark, and Frederick?
I would assume so, yeah.
That's probably it. Interesting.
How are they take...
I know.
They're losing.
You can't take Lazaro, man. Look at his record. Our boy Reed Wilkins sent it out a few weeks ago, and he plays well. Why are you taking him out? I can think of another guy you might take out.
Because you're putting Mangiapane in, right?
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but we'll see what happens. Hey, Afternoon Inbox, presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. You want to check out some shows? Jersey Shore star DJ Pauly D is performing at the venue on March 7th. Doors open at 8. The show starts at 9. All you have to do for tickets is go to rivercreeresort.com or hit up the River Cree box office. Up next, we're going to talk Oilers opponent, the Toronto Maple Leafs, with Terry Koshan from the Toronto Sun. That's all coming up. Slam that thumbs up for us. Subscribe if you haven't done so, as we're welcoming new people every day. Please do that so it helps with the algorithms, and it just puts our stream, our shows on top at your feed. That's all it does. It's all free. So slam the thumbs up and subscribe. Here's Coop.
Last Oilers home game before the Olympic break as they host the Maple Leafs. Connor Ingram starts for Edmonton while Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar. Catch Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson as they set the table during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in at 5:30 right here on EST. In Olympic news, Anthony Cirelli has been ruled out for Team Canada. Sam Bennett steps in as his replacement. Bennett sustaining a minor upper body injury yesterday against Buffalo. 6 other games on today's docket. The Kraken and Ducks hit the ice. The Lightning look to strike the Sabres while the Senators face the Hurricanes. Into the NBA, ESPN's Sham Charania has reported that the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-round picks, Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. 10 games scheduled. On the hardwood, it's a Thunder taking on the Magic, the 76ers and Warriors matching up, while Boston tips off against Dallas. We get a Leafs perspective on tonight's matchup following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada snowboarder Mark McMorris.
Thank you for your continued support, Canada. It's an honor to represent our country. Keep cheering loud, Canada. We feel it. Thank you, Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Edmonton, be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
I'm your Huckleberry.
We're back here on EST Afternoons on Oilers Game Day. Reminder, Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne coming up with the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 to 5:30. Then they'll transition into the Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola as the game kicks off at 6:30 tonight. They welcome in the Leafs. They're in Calgary tomorrow, close it out before the good old Olympic break. They'll... three guys going for the Edmonton Oilers. Szymanski, Draisaitl, and of course, Connor McDavid. Joining us now on the Old Country Towing video hotline, Terry Koshan from the Toronto Sun. Terry, how you doing today?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
We're doing excellent. Are you here in Edmonton, Terry?
I'm not. No, I'm back home in Toronto.
Okay. Leafs coming off a 4-2 win over Calgary last night. They got a goal really early in that game and were able to hold on after a slight push by the Calgary Flames there. Terry, what did you like about their game last night?
Not a lot, to be quite honest. They were outplayed and probably should have lost the game. Joe Wall had to stand on his head a bit, and a few bounces went their way. But really, after Nylander scored in that opening minute, the Flames were the better team. So it's one of those ones. Obviously, the Leafs will take any points they get right now, and I still don't think it's going to be enough in the end to have them get into the playoffs. But they played like they did last night. Tonight, they're not going to win. I think that's fairly obvious.
Terry, what's the next step for the Leafs? I know you've probably been asked this question a lot, but if it does look like they're going down the path where they're not going to make the postseason, does something is something drastic going to be done before the official trade deadline, or is this a summer working on the deck type of thing?
Well, yeah, I guess it depends how you define drastic, but certainly, if you're Bobby McMahon, the rumors the Oilers are out there, obviously, but if you're McMahon, Scott Laughton, Troy Stecher, perhaps anybody who's a UFA this summer who's been playing well, and all three of them have to varying degrees, then there's probably a good chance you'll be on the move. The Leafs have to be sellers here. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Mm-hmm. Their cupboard is non-existent. All due respect to players like Dennis Hildeby and Jake McQuillan and junior defenseman Ben Danford. There's just not much there, and there's not much picks wise either. As we know, the Leafs have traded the first rounders in 26 and 27. So the point of all that is Brad Treliving at some point has to start recouping assets here. And how do you do that? Well, you trade some of these guys who are going to be UFAs. You bite that bullet. I just think you have to do it. Certainly you're not trading, to try to get better between now and March 6th, because I just think you're too far out of it. In a perfect world, the Leafs go into the break 5 points out, depending on what the Sabres and Bruins do in the next little while here before the end of game on Thursday. But Leafs have to be sellers. And then, I don't know that necessarily, I don't think it involves now the no-move guys. The big names, Matthews, Nylander, Riley we're talking about. And, we'll see if it gets to that point in the summer. But I think that, depending where the Leafs finish here this season, well, there will have to be some discussion about that. So do and again, if that's the case, guys, I don't know if Brad Treliving is making those decisions if they make the playoffs. We'll have to wait and see. But point is they've got to start making some moves. Not now, today or tomorrow, because the trade freeze hits tomorrow, but certainly once they get back to business at the end of February and into March 6th.
Terry Koshan from the Toronto Sun joining us here on EST Afternoons. Terry, you brought up the big boys there. They're not going to go to the playoffs. Maybe he keeps his powder dry. That's Brad Treliving until the summer. What do you think is the plan here? Because we keep hearing retool, rebuild. Is it just a shuffle? What do you think the organization and what direction they're going to go in?
Well, I don't know that that's been determined. I think it's too early to determine that. Like I said, I think you can look at some of these smaller deals, if you will, and Bobby McMahon would say, hey, I'm not a smaller deal, I could score 30 goals. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm getting at. Some of these things will happen, I would think will happen next few weeks, and then we'll see where the offseason takes us. Again, the Leafs expected to contend for the Cup this year. They're coming nowhere near that. So will heads roll in the form of Treliving and Craig Berube? How could we be surprised by that possibility? If that happens, then the plan of the new GM, again, we're hypothetical here, but that person's plan could be different than anything that Brad Treliving had in mind. So it's hard to say. I just think in the short term right now, though, I would think that they have to be leaning towards selling. Anything else would be a little bit ridiculous, to be honest.
Terry, obviously, when Troy Stecher joined the Leafs, a lot of Edmonton Oilers fans were surprised of where he slotted into the lineup, and partly some of the success that he's had. Talk a little bit about what he's done for this Maple Leafs team, because he was loved here with just his effort and tenacity.
Yes.
You knew what you were going to get from him every single night.
Yeah, he's proven that here. And guys, I'm impressed with Stecher for one major reason. Our first availability with him after the Leafs claimed him off on waivers on November 15th, he said, look, it's not about proving people wrong, proving myself right. All of it fits into the equation. He certainly had a chip on his shoulder. We hear that a lot in the National Hockey League when players join teams, and often it's not followed up. Well, after watching Stecher for the past couple of months, you question as to why any team would quote unquote give up on him. And I think he saw it that way at the Oilers. He wasn't he wasn't happy with the way things ended, but he's just come in and just been a real A really good player for the Leafs for those reasons you mentioned. The tenacity, we're not talking about a big human being here, and quite frankly, he doesn't fit the mold of a Treliving Berube blue line, not the way that bigger people like Brandon Carlo and perhaps Chris Tanev might, but he's just been he's backed everything up. He moves the puck well. His decision making is good. I mean, we saw him jump into the play and score a really nice goal in Calgary last night, and he hasn't done that necessarily a lot, but you can see when the instincts are there, and the Leafs needed help moving the puck out of their own zone. Is it perfect right now? Absolutely not. It's still below average, but this guy does make it better, and we'll see where it goes from here. But he's somebody that if he's not dealt, like to see the Leafs try to re-sign him. I think he's bounced around. I think he said 7 teams in 10 years, and he hasn't been able to find that permanent home for a long time. But he's just been so good for them, and he shoots from the hip. And then we, on our side of the microphone, we like that, right? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't really have a bit of he doesn't throw a guard up too much, and says what's on his mind. Good for him, and he's backed it up with his play.
Terry, it was Marner moved on. It was the big news in Toronto, and Terry, did you kind of see this team kind of being in this position? Did you think they'd be fighting for that wild card spot before the season started?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
A couple things happened early on. The goaltending is thrown off kilter, right? 2 things. Joe Woll has the personal leave. He's gone for a couple of months, and Stolarz does not at all pick up from where he left off last year. Struggled in the first month or so before he got hurt November 11th in Boston, and they need him to be much better here in what remains of the season. Not that it'll probably make a big difference, but that's been a difference for them. The whole show me a good goalie, I'll show you a good coach type of thing. Well, the Leafs, not that they had their bacon saved a lot last year with goaltending, but there's no doubt that what Stolarz and Woll provided obviously helped them win the Atlantic Division. And over the long haul, they're just not getting that sort of goaltending now. And, Austin Matthews, for whatever reason, took forever to get going. Kept insisting he wasn't hurt, and then sure enough, something switched with him around Christmas time, and he's been a much different player since. So Nylander's had a good year when he's been in, but overall the team defense has been awful. They've, last I looked was a few days ago, they allowed the most 5-on-5 goals in the league and they were in the top 5 goals for. So that's a bad spot. I mean, like Craig Berube said, the one funny thing about the Marner departure, guys, that I don't think a lot of us were anticipating is the goal scoring hasn't been a problem. Offense with this team has not been a problem. I know the power play struggled early on until Mark Savard was fired right before Christmas, but for the most part, the Leafs have not had an issue putting the puck in the net. It's keeping it out. And the defense is a year older. Chris Tanev's injury that's kept him out of the lineup for more or less the whole season. That obviously hasn't helped. I mean, you take your best D out of any lineup, you're going to have trouble. But did I, you go back to your question, did I see them fighting for a wild card, even taking some of these things into consideration? No, I didn't.
Terry, I've said maybe take the over tonight, but probably watch this and it'll be a 2-1 just defensive struggle. But
that's fine.
Connor McDavid puts out an article and is quite candid. I don't know if you had a chance to look that over, but what's your overall take of what Connor had to say?
Well, you know what? Good for him to be that adamant about it. And, maybe if you're thinking the summer of 28, oh boy, Connor McDavid, to come back off those thoughts for now. And, we'll see where the Oilers go in the next few seasons. But having been to the Cup final twice in a row, certainly if, fans in Edmonton, reassurance for sure, given what McDavid had to say. So it's just... like I said, we don't, and this is a bit of a departure for him, right? Like I'm not telling you guys anything new, but to see that come from the best player in the game, hands down, good on him. And, we'll see where it goes from here. But, clearly the goal is to win in Edmonton. And, the goal would be to do it sooner rather than later. But I like seeing that sort of thing from these stars. It's one thing, the NHL needs to catch up in. I think generally, not just Connor McDavid, but the stars need to be greater vocal faces, if that makes any sense. And when you see something like that from a guy like McDavid, we'll see if others follow suit. But no, I thought it was good. I really enjoyed reading that piece.
Terry, great stuff. Enjoy the game tonight. We're anticipating it to be high scoring. But
again, it's with the Leafs and the way they are. I mean, they they only allowed 2 goals against Calgary, which isn't hard to do. But I would expect the same tonight. But like you say, who knows? Might be 2-1 or 3-1 with an empty net goal one way or the other.
Terry, I don't know if you've seen the Oilers' defensive play as of late. It hasn't been top notch either.
It's more like a game of Red Rover today.
We'll go back to 1989. It'll be 10-8 Oilers.
I love it. Let's go. Terry, great stuff. Thank you for taking some time today to join us. Enjoy the game tonight.
Okay, thanks for having me, guys. Anytime.
All right, Terry Koshan from the Toronto Sun/Post Media. There, I think Toronto's in quite the pickle because he brought up the big boys. What do you do with it after this year? I mean, Matthew Nyes and Nylander still have a lot of years left on their deals. Joaquin, the one that's going to be talked about a lot is Austin Matthews. He's similar to Connor McDavid. He has 2 more years after this year, but is Austin Matthews want to be in a retool or a rebuild? Probably not.
I would say he's not even the biggest one. I think the one you can really help a team right now is Pajama Johnny T.
I mean,
his cap hit's not terrible.
4.3.
Right? If you can slot, look at some of the teams, and almost everyone needs one outside of maybe the Avalanche is a really good third line center. You can't tell me that Johnny T wouldn't fit in perfectly in that role.
And Johnny T, let's be honest, he's loyal to Toronto. He wants to be there, but he also wants to win.
Yeah, and if it's going this way, why would he want to? Wouldn't he want to take one last crack at it?
He's 35.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking him. The team has to be right in its window, which I think Edmonton is. It's 4.5, a little bit over.
Just for
he's 35. It's 3 more years after this one, so it's maybe he retires. Who knows?
It's a good point, Joaquin. There's playoff teams lining up to take John Tavares.
I think if the Leafs are out, I wouldn't be surprised if they talk to Tavares about moving his no movement if he can go to a contender.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest one.
That's the biggest one because Nylander, Nye are not moving.
They're not moving. You can't. All the teams that are in contention, they're up against it.
Austin Matthews doesn't move this year, but I think there's potential for him to move on down the road. Just because of the one reason that he wants to compete for Stanley Cups, Toronto's not in that window right now. They're not. No. Unless they completely flip the script in the offseason, Joaquin, with a retool, and all of a sudden they're just back to leading the division. I don't know, but I can't see it with this team. We just talked to Terry from Toronto, and he goes, yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah.
This team needs to figure it out. They don't even know what they're doing yet. But some interesting names he threw out there for trade deadline acquisitions. I mean, Bobby McCann's a big one. It's been linked to Edmonton. He's from these parts.
That would suck so bad for Troy Stetcher. There's one guy that he might be okay with a rebuild, right?
Yeah.
Not for the fact that every player wants to win, but just moving around that much. And he owns a Bernese Mountain Dog. You don't want to move those guys around too much.
Who's a good boy? That was a fun conversation. Up next, it's the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. And I got a question for Joaquin. And we want to hear from you. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. Hit us up on the Nasty Chat. We are at 63 thumbs up. We're 37 away. We got about, 18 minutes left. Slam that thumbs up if you haven't done so. Please and thank you. We're back with the final segment here on EST Afternoons.
The Oilers wrap up their 8-game homestand against the Leafs with 7 games in the NHL tonight. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar with Connor Ingram in between the pipes. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That gets going at 5:30 only on EST. For Team Canada, Sam Bennett will replace Anthony Cirelli at the Olympics due to injury, though Florida's Bennett went down with an upper body issue against the Sabres last night. Out west, it's the Kraken and Ducks squaring off. Both teams 3 points back of the Oilers for second in the Pacific Division. Anaheim with a game in hand. Seattle with 2 on Edmonton. And according to ESPN's Sham Sharania, the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-rounders, Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. A trio of games in the NBA kickstart the night at 5. It's the Nuggets facing the Pistons, New York visiting Washington, while the Pacers and Jazz throw down on a 10-game slate. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, whether it's a one-time donation or monthly contribution. Every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at Capital Care Foundation. .net. The final segment of EST Afternoons after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
The road to the FIFA World Cup runs through Edmonton. See Canada Soccer's men's national team before they take on the world this summer. Canada versus Uzbekistan. June 1st, 7 p.m., Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
We're back. Final segment here on EST Afternoons. I was just looking at Canada's schedule for the Olympics. I don't know, Joaquin. Maybe I'm far too confident, but easy peasy. The first 3 games.
Oh, good job saying that.
Czechia, Swiss, and the French.
Well, Czechia might be.
Yeah, they might be good.
Let's see here.
Before we get to,
is Eric Stahl a Hall of Famer?
Eric Stahl? He's won a cup.
Yeah.
Good question.
I'm just looking back because you were crowing about this is the best Team Canada ever. I'm looking back at the 2010 one. Tays Hall of Famer. Iginla Hall of Famer. Crosby Hall of Famer. Getzlaff Hall of Famer. Weber Hall of Fame. Keith Fame. Perry Hall of Fame. Marlowe Hall of Fame. Ooh, Nash and Richards. Is Rick Nash a Hall of Fame? Probably not. Chris Pronger Hall of Fame. Niedermeyer Hall of Fame. Thornton Hall of Fame. Doughty Hall of Fame. Bergeron Hall of Fame. Fleury Hall of Fame. Brodeur Hall of Fame. Luongo Hall of Fame.
So Stahl has an Olympic medal. He has a Stanley Cup. He has over 1,300 games played. over 1,000 points. I think he's a lock.
Yeah, so he's off him. Dan Boyle was on that team. Danny Heatley was on that team. Like Rick Nash, like I said, Mike Richards, Brendan Morrow. Those are the Brent Seabrook, 3 Cubs.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is.
I think he is. It's basically a team of Hall of Famers.
That's crazy. And I was being facetious that this is not the best Canadian team.
I know.
Sorry, Joaquin. Sorry to disappoint you again. Yeah, I wanted to ask you this. The Buffalo Sabres, since December 15th, was when they fired their GM, Kevin Adams, have 17 wins, 4 losses, and 1 OT loss. They're in the playoffs right now. It looks like they might get into the playoffs. So, Joaquin, is this Kevin Adams' team?
No.
He put it together.
Team sucked.
But he put it together.
Yeah, but just because he's played something together doesn't mean it works.
Same coach? They haven't really added anyone?
Winning's an attitude, buddy.
Okay. Because if people I saw this yesterday. I think the old dog was saying it. He goes, you got to give credit to Kevin Adams because he put that team together.
Well, then the only reason the Oilers went to this cup for 2 years is because they're Ken Holland's teams.
But in terms of GMing, that's right though.
Okay, so Stan Bowman hasn't really done much.
No,
he hasn't.
No,
because the big 2 acquisitions JJ got Arvidsson and Skinner, right?
And Henrique.
Yeah. Well, that was Bowman too, because that was at the deadline, right? So this year is basically, would you say, because Stan Bowman got hired at the end of that, but there were moves already made. So now this is Stan Bowman's team.
This is now. So last year's team that lost in 6 games in the final is Stan Bowman. Somewhat.
But he didn't make any moves.
Well, I guess, yeah.
What did he do?
Okay, so this is his team now because he has Jari Ingram.
Yeah, I mean, this is his team now.
No, but I'm with you that the team that went to the Cup Finals, those were mostly Kenny Holland teams.
I agree. I think they're both Kenny Holland's teams.
100%.
These are from this point on, this is Stan Bowman.
This is Stan Bowman.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is his mess. Well, it's not a mess, but you know what I mean.
It's not.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if Buffalo gets into the playoffs, this is Kevin Adams' work.
They're going to have to change the lyrics to that song.
Because Jarko
stand left.
Jarko hasn't done squat, but bring in a different attitude, maybe.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I guess you have to say that that's Kevin Adams' team, so he can. I mean, I guess he was really friendly with the owner, so he's probably sitting with the owner, just saying, "Hey,
just
I did
chilling.
This.
I did. This is all me." And let's be fair. They got Josh Norris back from injury, that helped.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's hurt again, but that's a guy that Kevin Adams brought in. The goaltenders are all Kevin Adams. The draft picks, mostly in the last, he was there for 5 years. You got to go back and say, well, this guy took a lot of heat because we thought the Sabres were doomed for another playoff year without them in it. And now they're in it. So I think for all the heat and hate he took, I think he should get a little bit of credit here, don't you?
Yeah, I think you can say that.
This one from Unana. Jake Wallman, Klimberg, Podkolzin were all Bowman ads that played significant roles last year. Not Podkolzin. That was Jeff Jackson when it could have been Bowman Jackson because that's when the offer sheets weren't offered to Holloway and Broberg.
Okay. I'll give you Podkolzin with Bowman. But that was a hope and a prayer that everyone just forgot about losing Broberg. And it worked. Hey.
Jari and Ingram.
Who would you rather have right now? Podkolzin or Holloway?
Podkolzin. Holloway can't stay. He's hurt again.
He's hurt again.
Yeah. Now, at the time, we were all like, really, Podkolzin? He's turned it around. He's like,
no, but
favorite.
I think it was, I really thought it was the same type of player. I think they're similar.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Holloway's probably maybe a bit quicker. But yeah, that was okay. He's got a check mark. One win.
Caster says last season, Bowman acquired injured Regula and Frederick and added Klimberg. The Cup final team was 85% Holland, 10% JJ, 5% Bowman.
Okay.
And DC says, with this logic, because Nuge was drafted by Tambellini, it's actually his team. No, come on. Like, we're talking, because Tambellini then wasn't building a Stanley Cup contender. That was Kevin Holland's 5-year goal, was to get to the Cup final and win it. And he got him to the Cup final. They just didn't win it. So it's different in that sense, right? So he added to the McDavids, the Draisaitl's that were not drafted by Kenny Holland, right? So you can't go that far back, right?
No.
And Podkolzin, I think it's a split between JJ and Bowman. And you give them credit.
Yeah, because it's let's put them both together.
Yeah. That's credit.
They're a duo.
Credit to them for Podkolzin because he's turned out better than anyone ever anticipated.
And if you would have asked them, I don't think they thought he would be in the
top 6.
No.
Because Hyman is Holland. Nuge extension is Holland.
Last 5 games, Bush has 12 points.
Yeah, he's great. Embrace him.
Is
Bouchard Holland? I think he is.
Bouchard is Holland.
Yeah. Ekholm's Holland. Like 2 of the best moves by the Oilers in recent time, it's Zach Hyman and Matthias Ekholm.
Those are both Holland.
Yeah.
Those are big.
Yeah. So, interesting. But hey, I just wanted to give some kudos to Kevin Adams. I saw that on Twitter yesterday, and I'm like, well, O-Dog's not wrong. It's a team he built. He brought in most of those guys, so.
Big bully in the nasty chats. It's basically Sather's team still.
Is there any Slats? Is Slats? He's still with the Rangers? No? What's up with Slats?
I think he's just chilling and
with the cigar.
Probably.
Nice. All right. So I guess we're agreeing that the team right now is Stan Bowman.
Now it is
because there's a lot of players he's brought in. The Howards.
Well, you've been with this is 2 years now, so this is your you've taken the lease over.
Barbershop Window says Holland team over Bowman. It's not even debatable.
Yeah.
LA's struggling a bit though, eh? That's too bad.
Yep.
I didn't mind Kenny Holland.
I loved Kenny Holland. He was great if you ran into him in the wild. Like he would just talk to you and laugh, and he was very approachable.
I saw him in the streets once. People were like, Kenny! And he was just waving at everybody. And because we don't get into Decade of Darkness, if we didn't trade or didn't screw up Pronger, it's actually Kevin Lowe's team. Oh, man. And because the team sucked enough to be in the lottery to get McDavid, that means it's actually Mac Tavish's team.
Oh, right.
We can do this all day, boys.
I guess.
We can do this all day. Hey, it's time for the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. Hit it, Coop.
Screw it, let's do it, no delay. Let's take a risk today. No sense being safe. We need a huge payday.
Boys, we only hit 1 out of 3 yesterday. Can I toot my own horn real quickly?
No. You do too much of that. I'm tired of your horn.
I've hit 3 straight goals.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, my
And
God.
5 straight.
No, 4 straight.
Oh, 4. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I saw Utah scored a lot of goals, but Gunther didn't get one.
He got a point, but no Genos.
No Genos. I think you started yesterday. I start today.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at you.
Look at me. I'm learning. McDavid, 2 points.
Solid.
Coop.
5 o'clock. The Caps and Flyers face off. Travis Konechny with a point. He's on a 3-game point streak.
Dude, what do we talk about point streaks?
7 points. Well, I'm not going to go off their due. I got my own methods. I know it hasn't been working.
Yeah, but their due is more reliable than the streak continuing, in my eyes.
Gager, you got to back me up on this.
No, I'm never going to back you up.
What do you got, Gager?
You agree with me, though. I know you're not going to say it.
Connor Ingram, 24.5 saves.
24.5?
Son of a biscuit.
Solid. That's going to be a good number.
I think so. Fun to watch. When you're cheering for the Leafs to shoot and your goalie to save.
I'm gonna be at the game. Shoot!
I just yell pass anytime I'm at the game.
Oh, boy. All right. Over 24, right?
24.5.
24.5, Connor Ingram against the Leafs. Connor McDavid.
So he has to stop 25
points.
Yes.
But
then you include the goals, and then it gets even bigger.
Saves.
No, I know. No, but I'm saying if they have like...
Austin Matthews averages like 5 shots a game. Nylander 3. Nyes 3.
And
what about the rest of the crew?
And the Oilers
They're
are
all around 2 or 1.
And the Oilers are
Stretch right
usually not the best defensively.
No, you get a lot of shots, a lot of opportunities. And I think the Leafs will have the safeties taken off tonight.
People are agreeing with Coob that my theory is incorrect. Well, we'll find out tonight.
Okay.
Won't we? So if you missed it, McDavid 2 points, Konechny a point, and Connor Ingram over 24.5 saves. Big Uke says Leafs average 27.3 per game. I like it. Good job, Gage. The
I
bully.
looked it up.
The bully comes through. And the Oilers allow 27.1. Hey, it's been a fun show. Big shout out to Kordell Jackson for joining us from the Edmonton Elks and Terry Koshan from the Toronto Sun. Coming up next, Reed Wilkins, J Mail will take you up till 5:30, and then it's the Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Zola, 5:30 to 6:30 with Matt Cassian and Benny Thompson. They'll be back later tonight. It's going to be a fun night down at Rogers. Always is when there's an original 6, and it's Toronto Maple Leafs in the building. If you're going to the game, have fun. If you're watching the game, enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the thumbs up. For Joaquin Coob, enjoy the game. Chowders.